department is taking this breach seriously and continues to work around the clock to better understand the scope and scale of these leaks. Throughout last week and over the course of the weekend, the Secretary and senior Pentagon officials continue to convene daily meetings to examine the scope and scale of this disclosure, as well as ensure that appropriate mitigation measures are being taken. In support of this effort, the Secretary has formally directed Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, in coordination with the Chief Information Officer and the Director of Administration and Management, to lead a comprehensive review of DoD security programs, policies, and procedures. Within 45 days, INS will provide the Secretary with initial findings and recommendations to improve the department's policies and procedures related to the protection of classified information. We'll have more to say soon on more immediate actions that we will be taking. We continue to be in close touch with the White House and interagency and have also continued to engage with our partners and allies at high levels, both within DoD and throughout the interagency. We will also continue to engage with Congress. With regard to the U.S. military presence in Ukraine, we've publicly acknowledged previously that there is a small U.S. military footprint in Ukraine to provide mission-critical support to the U.S. Embassy. To be clear, there are no U.S. combat troops conducting combat operations in Ukraine. And while we're not going to go into the specific disposition of our forces for OPSEC reasons, their duties include support to the Defense Attaché Office in support of our security assistance programs and end-use monitoring, as well as U.S. Embassy security support. This is not new, and again, something we've been transparent about and publicly with Congress as well. Well, we're continuing to assess, and that's exactly what our internal efforts are geared towards and looking to review, and that's also why the Department of Justice has launched an investigation to figure out what exactly is still out there, and also assessing the impacts that this has, not just on U.S. security interests, but on our partners and allies around the world.
Sabrina, how much do you have a concern that the other parties like Russia or China could use the information inside these documents to harm U.S. military operations or even the U.S. Allies?
Well, we're certainly concerned about the contents of these documents being circulated on social media, which is why I think at the top, I address the fact that it is important when reporting on these documents that they do contain sensitive classified information that could cause irreparable damage to our allies and partners. But we're also doing an assessment of that. So yes, we are concerned about these documents. We feel that, of course, Russia and China could use this to their advantage. But we also feel confident in our outreach to partners and allies and working with them as this continues.